When you score, you make the West Ham sings. Jimmy on the wing, Jimmy on the wing. Every time you're on the ball, we know it's gonna be a goal. Your real name is Crescencio. La da da da, la da 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 dum, la da 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 dum, la da 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 dum, la da da da. Welcome to Claret and Booze. I hope you enjoy the show. Coming you irons. Hello everyone, welcome to Claret and Booze. Look who's back.
Oi,
Micky,
oi.
you all right, mate?
I was singing
How are
along
you?
to
You
that,
all good?
to be fair to you. Jimmy on the booze.
Don't shake your head too much, mate. You'll fall over.
Oh, yeah.
Your old inner ear thing, you know?
Yeah, that's all right. It makes it straight when I do that.
Any more doctors shoved you lately, or you been all right?
I'll tell you what, fucking shoved me, mate. I'll get out. I thought I'm going to beat the shit out of you. She was lucky.
She was lucky. Yeah. No, it's good to have you back, mate. It's good to have you back. I mean, obviously, the world of West Ham's just brilliant, mate. It's brilliant. I'm pleased to say that Bruno Amorim has been unveiled today with fantastic news. But he's been unveiled for Man United. What do you make of all this, mate? Because we are going to touch on this, and hello everyone in the chat as well. We are going to go through your comments tonight. Because I haven't spoke to you about this. So, what do you make of all this? Because back when we spoke about Amorim, my thought was, or what I believed, was that Amorim flew over, all the deal was agreed and everything, and then he walked in, saw Sullivan, spoke to him, and I thought Amorim rejected us. But how do you feel about the fact that Sullivan rejected Amorim?
Gutted. Absolutely gutted and fuming. Like, what other word is there to describe it, really? Because it should have been ours. Like, that's what we was hoping for and really wanted. We know that what we wanted. We wanted that exciting manager. And that to see that Man United got him is, I hope he does really well. Just to sort of,
you just got to hope he flops.
Look at that.
Like, he flops because it's going to be miserable otherwise.
No, I don't hope he flops. I hope he does well when they can sort of say, look, like two fingers up to Sullivan. He's obviously got a type, hasn't he, Sullivan? He knows what he likes, and we get the same.
He's got a type, and his type is cheap. That's basically cheap. It. Because he went on to say, what is it? He went on to say in that snippet that he obviously released to Sean Whetstone, who then circulated it. He tried to absolve himself, but just sort of dug himself a deeper hole. Well, he said, time will tell whether it was a mistake or not, but he's only ever he's only ever managed one club in one country, and we all thought it was a big risk, and we thought the £10 million release clause was a little bit chunky. Basically, he should have just cut out all the rest of that bollocks. It was a £10 million release clause, mate. That was all it was.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. That he's got that type. He's not only is he cheap though, but he likes the safe pair of hands, if you like. He'd rather the sort of just get by than be, let's try and push on. And what's the word? Like, I can't think of the fucking word. Yeah, but no, like ambitious. That's it. You just don't want to be ambitious enough. He got very lucky with Moyes. No, he got very lucky with Moyes and the fact that we won a cup under Moyes. I genuinely believe that. So then that's why that you've seen the same thing with Pellegrini, Moyes, Soppy Loppy. And if we do, like, I know there's rumours and he's way out there, but if we got Mourinho, he's just a better version of what their managers are. No, I don't want. Of course, I don't want him.
I thought about it right now. Look, I like Jose Mourinho as a. Do you know what he is? He's more of a. It's more his character. I think he's all the fanfare around him. I find it amusing when he's at other clubs. I think I'd get pissed off with him, as well as his football. I'd get pissed off with him because when you look at it, it's all about Jose, isn't it? It's all about Jose Mourinho at all times. I don't want him. His football's fucking dreadful, mate. I mean, if it ain't good enough for Spurs, it ain't good enough for us. He was killing them with that brand of football.
No, and that's that's been our point. It's not everyone's point, but it's been definitely mine and your point about the entertainment factor of wanting that entertainment, and we've just not had that. So he really does need to. The next manager, he needs to get someone exciting. Like, and just Amorim would have been fucking brilliant for us. I'm gutted. I'm gutted.
Absolutely. No. He would have been. Well, it's not just that. He was, the most important thing was that he was what Tim Steiten wanted. So for us to kind of go down this director of football route, you know, and not back in with the key component is fucking maddening. It really, really is. And Randy says here, he don't want to come back from thinking that we've made a mistake, but got to get behind Lopetegui. Just hope he will improve the style and try and get us back in Europe. But he can't start poorly again. Look, mate, I'll be honest with you. It's in Lopetegui's hands. I don't think there's any West Ham fan, especially, do you know what? Especially with what we've just learned, because I think most people that were Lopetegui out, after learning that news, knowing that, because it ain't just Amorim, apparently we refused Slot as well. With that knowledge and knowing the bloke who's running the selection process, if Lopetegui were to go, do you know what? What's the fucking point anyway? Because we're probably just going to get another dud in if he goes. So I don't think there is a West Ham fan out there that doesn't want Lopetegui to succeed. We do. It's in his hands. But do you know something? If he continues doing the same thing that he's done 9 games before, which is he's trying to play this way, it's all about his philosophy, and it clearly doesn't fit this group of players. That shows a serious lack of fucking flexibility for him. That's a massive red flag. That should be for any club, you know, because the main job for any man that comes in, you can have your philosophy, but it should be about finding the best solution for the players that you've got to get the best out of those players, so you can get the best results for your football team. With when I see stuff like this from Lopetegui, because he ain't just got one style. This is just what he's chosen to fucking run with. For me, it shows it's not just stubbornness, it's arrogance, and it feels like it's more about him than the club.
Well, where have we heard that before?
Yeah. But he can't go on like that. So if he starts again, I mean I think I'll be done then. After what we saw against Man United, right, which was a fucking disaster in that first half, we should have been completely out of sight.
Absolutely.
We was lucky, like beyond lucky. If he does it again against Nottingham Forest, I think we're going to get punished anyway. And if he does that and we get punished, there's no hope for him. Because he ain't learning. That's the thing. So it's in his hands, is what I'm saying.
But going back to that thing, what you said there, like what Randy said, and I've heard this all the time about you, but we've got to get behind Lopetegui. Let me just ask why. Why have we got to get behind Lopetegui? If you have made your mind up,
it's more just getting behind the team. I think it's more.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you. So you can get behind the team.
Yeah.
Look, we're West Ham fans. We'll always get behind the team. But if you've seen enough of a manager, and you can say it's only been 10 games, it's more than enough. You don't see other managers, and the other managers that do struggle with 10 games gone, they're not here. Do you know what I mean? They get the Evo. So I don't know. I'm just not happy. Happy. It's not depressing. It's just boring, isn't it? It's been boring lately. It's been nothing.
It's boring. It's what trouble is, mate. It's been a continuation of what we've had really for the last 2 years. I mean, he is trying to do something different, but it's fucking bonkers what he's trying to do, really. But I don't think that tactic is ever going to work long term. We're going to win games throughout the season because we've got such good players. So we're going to pick up points. We're going to be fine.
We are.
We're going to be miles away from relegation. But I don't see him unless something drastically changes. I mean, we spoke the other night. I said to Sam and Louis, right? I said, what do you reckon, Mick? I think, say a manager's come in and he's got this master plan that he's devised as he's come into the club. This is what I'm going to do. This is the plan. This is how we're going to play football. And then 8 games in, 9 games in, it just ain't fucking working. Now, at that point, what do? Do you just keep on flogging the same horse and blaming the players for not grasping it? Or do you just tear it up and go, fuck this, I'm starting again because that don't work? For me, it's the latter. You've got to find a solution.
Well, of course you have. You can't just keep doing it. Look, we said under Moyes, everyone said it. The definition of madness is trying to do the same thing again, and hoping to get different results. So it's the same sort of shit that we're seeing again now.
What's Kez doing back, mate? I thought you blocked her.
No, she come back before I did. Poor Kez. So Yeah, like
sorry, mate.
Look at the Man United game, for example. So Harry set up like we haven't done that thing. So look at the Man United game. So Harry set up. So we should, like you said, we should have been 3-4-0 down. But then look how he done in the second half because he had to change it because we was playing dangerously. So we played brilliant in the second half. There's no getting away. We did. So then that's got to be now your blueprint, if you like. You've got to go out and do that second half now for the rest of it. It makes it's not silly. It's not like idiotic to think. Well, you've got to go on the attack for a lot of teams because then they can't handle it. And we've got the attack, taking money players to do that. But we've been saying this for so long now. It's like a repeat. It's like a broken record saying the same shit over. It's literally the same shit, different manager.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I've been very sort of morbid and morose because, mate, it's so hard like doing this now, like especially like with me rambles and that, because I know I'm repeating myself. I know I am. But the thing is that if nothing's changing, what are you supposed to do? I don't. It's all about, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not acting when I come on here. I come on here to be natural and tell you how I'm feeling. That's literally it. That's the point of it. I'm not. We're not paid Sky Sports presenters coming here to fucking deliver a narrative by someone. We're not. We just come. The idea of a fan channel was to come on and fucking just speak your mind. But the trouble is, I know I'm depressing at the moment. I'm depressing myself. The whole situation is, and I don't want to feel like that. You know, I really tried. I mean, I kind of went hyper positive after the Ipswich game. I made a conscious. I made a conscious decision leading up to that game, going, I've fucking got to find some positives out of this. We won 4-1, and I did take positives, but then I just got the bollocks kicked out of me, you know, on the game and the following week by people that, you know, rightly or wrongly so, found fault in that game. But then on the flip side of it, you come to the Man United game, and we were dog shit and deserve fuck all out of that. And then there's people singing the praises for the second half. This shouldn't have been the same as you. This should not have been a second half in that game.
No, I felt the same as you. When you done your review thing and you said in the first half you're looking going, I'm done with it. I felt exactly the same way as you. I thought I can't do this. Like I'm done with it. It's just depressing. It's just boring and it's just mind numbing. And then that second half comes out. You know, it sort of changes your back. But that's not good enough for me. I'm sorry. I know we beat Man United, but that's not good enough. That first half, as you said, the
main problem was that he just did it again. It's like it was the fact that he set up like that and he played into Ten Hag's hands. Ten Hag would have prepared for that, you know, all week long, saying that they play a stupid fucking high line, loads of space. Look at what Spurs done to him. Look at what Chelsea done to him. That's what we're going to do to him. The game plan was, you know, fucking Bruno just sitting back deep, just pinging long balls over the top, and every single one seemed to find someone. And you're just like, mate, seriously.
Well, it was easy enough for him, wasn't it? Easy enough. So easy for him.
I know. And you got Alec here because the one manager that's been linked in the press that we have been linked with is Terzic. And I watched that, mate. I watched that on Coach's Voice. And do you know what? One good thing about this guy is he was here in 15-16. I actually made the mistake of watching Iron Man the other night. I got very fucking emotional watching that. Always do. And then that last game.
It wasn't about West Ham, though, was it? That was a different video.
Yeah. Have you seen it? The last season.
No.
Have you watched it? Mate, it's fucking unbelievable.
No.
Too much of Gold and Sullivan in there. I haven't got anything against Gold. I just don't want to wear their bollocks. That's all. But it's really good. It sort of documents the season, and it climaxes with that final game. And Terzic was there. He was kind of in and amongst it, and he was Bilic's right-hand man. So he knows the club. He does know the club. But you are right. He's known as a low block manager, and I don't know much about him as a coach. I know he was at Dortmund, and on the face of it, high level, he's done really well. But apparently, it was his European exploits. He was doing well in Europe. Who does this sound like? And it was keeping him in a job because players and fans didn't like his conservative style of football. I didn't like it.
I heard that. Well, you just got to rope that the next manager that comes in, he's not appointed or not chosen, shall I say, by Sullivan, because we said earlier on he's got a type, and the type that he loves, he's not the type that I personally don't want to see at West Ham. That's just it's boring football. I don't want to see that. And the game has moved on so much that that's why I think someone said give Amorim, see what he's like after 10 games. I guarantee you'll see a totally different Man United up the back. But I'm being probably over exaggerating here when I say 3-4 games. He'll just change them. I think he's that good of a manager that he'll just change him. He'd be like another slot.
No, look, he's going to be brilliant. And Mark says here, Amorim's success could be a little bit distorted based on the fact he will have better players to work with at Man U. Well, for a start, mate, I disagree with that completely. I think if he manages, this is probably one of the worst Man United groups of players I've ever seen. You tell me one world-class player they've got, you'll probably pick out Casemiro because it certainly ain't Bruno, and Casemiro's ancient. They haven't got any world-class players anymore. They've got a lot of young talent, which does fit Amorim. They haven't got any superstars anymore. They ain't got a fucking Kudus or anyone like that, have they? You know, they haven't got players of that level, I don't think. So, no, I think if he manages to change their fortunes around, because I tell you what, they've just degraded. Ever since Fergie's left, they've just gone fucking further and further and further downhill.
Who was in control of their transfers? Was it Woodward?
It's all changed.
Was it or something? Someone. No, who's in charge of their transfers now? Because they've not had a good transfer window for a long time, really.
Like no, it was Edward Woodward. He used to be an equaliser. Do you remember the equaliser? He used to act in that. And
Woodward, isn't it? That's Woodward.
Edward Woodward. Him. He used to do all their transfers, and he was shit. So I think they've got
thing there. What Louis says there. Look, Rashford won't get a sniff under him. That's it.
No, he won't.
Last comment. Won't. See, I think a little bit different because I think that under him, I think Rashford. I think he could.
I think Rashford's a busted flush, mate. I think
he could come good under them.
As a player.
I think under Amorim, I think he could come good. Rashford, I think
I'm going to be honest. I think he's been concentrating too much on being a political figure rather than being a footballer in his young and early career. And I'm not having a go at his what he believes in and stuff like that. But I think when you're being paid $200,000 a week to play football, you play fucking football. And if you want to be a political hero, do that when you're fucking retired. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, just do your fucking trade. Play football. Don't worry about up clothing things and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I know, mate. But no, it's. I think he'll do well with them. I mean, the thing is, what they've got a lot of young players there. They've got a lot of youth players, and he does tend to do very well with young players. This guy. So, well, look, I mean, what's this one? If it was a normal chairman, I'd understand. It could be a risk, but someone that's happy to spunk 15 million on Ings and Cornet, absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, we were 5 million away from a Premier League proven 20-year-old striker in Duran, but it was too much of a risk to go the extra 5 million. So we went out and spent 27 million on a 31-year-old German who's never played in the Premier League and who's got a horrific fucking injury record. That weren't a risk. The geezer's full of shit. It's all about getting cheap fucking deals. That is all it is. There's no fucking risk aversion there. There's no risk assessments. It's all about getting cheap deals with their favourite agents, of course. You know, that always helps.
Like, it's hard to say, but he just does what he wants to do. When, realistically, it's his club though, and it's his money, so he kind of got the right. But it's just, but it's not. But nothing's working.
I'm going to take umbrage with you that it's not his money. It's not his money.
Please.
No, because it is not his money. What the club generate, he can't just fucking pull that money out. That's club money. When he goes out and he spends £150 million, they say, Sullivan spent. He ain't spent a fucking penny. That's money the club has generated. That's our money. And he's been spending that poorly for fucking years. For years,
no, fair enough.
Terribly.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying is, what I meant was, though, it's Green Badge. I know what you're saying. It's our club, but I'm saying about realistically, it's not. It is his club, like he owns it. And when I talk about the money, yes, it's not his money, but he signs it off, if you get what I mean. So he dictates. He
signs it off, yeah.
Yeah, he dictates where that money gets spent. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I mean.
No. I know, but it's a lot of people have been saying that lately about Sullivan. Well, Sullivan does spend a lot of money. He ain't never spent a fucking penny of his money.
It's not his money. It's not his money.
No, it's not.
No, he just does it. And how many times have we said we'd rather spend? And like the same comment was up a little while ago. We'd rather spend that 10 million on someone like an Amorim, rather than get someone like a a corner. It's a bit unfair, but I'm just saying to someone who's that a kind of flop for us.
Yeah.
And you've got no real intention of playing anyway, so you'd rather just spend that on a manager that can get the best out of the players that we've got. And unfortunately, Loppy's just not that person.
I don't think he is. David Granger says, "Why would you fly him in to sign on a dotted line and then say he was a risk?" Because I don't think that Sullivan and Tim have been working hand in hand on this. I don't feel like they have. I think, by the sounds of it, Sullivan had already decided to bring Lopetegui in months ago.
Yeah.
And Tim obviously wanted to bring this guy in. So for me, personally, what it looks like has happened, and especially from the reports, Tim has basically worked in silo and he's gone away and found his manager, a really high-profile manager that he thought there's no way he can turn this guy down. Got all the fucking terms agreed, flew him over, and Sullivan's gone. But he's gone. No, why am I going to pay 10 million when I've got a freebie sitting here? Give your head a wobble, Tim. Give your head a wobble.
But it's madness. Add like the possibility of where we could finish in the league would just sort of forget. Like we're going to spend more, I reckon, with Loppy than what we could have got.
It's a false economy. We'll say he fails and we've got to pay him off, which is going to cost almost the 10 million that it would have cost to buy Amorim out of his contract.
Yeah, but this is when you hope you don't get like stubborn bollocks with that, Sullivan, and say, well, no, like we've got to make it work. We've got to make it. No, we ain't. Could you hang on? It's just boring. I'm sorry. We won't get relegated. Like we won't get relegated under him. That's not going to be. That's not going to be the thing.
Do you know what though? If all we're gonna do is kind of exist in mid-table, which I think is what we're looking at under Lopetegui. You're looking at mid-table mediocrity, where you've got no hope of getting in the top six and you've got no hope of getting relegated. That to me just means every season's dead. You're playing for nothing. You're just playing for sort of safety. I'd almost prefer a relegation battle. I think at least there's some excitement. If you're down the bottom.
But you know what though? Even if you're playing for nothing, you then would want a bit of excitement. If you're not going to play for nothing, just fucking go out and enjoy yourselves. But it's not that even. It's literally. Sorry, I got distracted by Man Utd and Emma. His haircuts are hilarious.
You're like a second division footballer, Mick.
Listen, it's only going to get bigger and longer and everything. I'm proper growing it out. But look, listen, I just hope it gets more exciting. If we can start playing like we did in the second half of Man United, I'll be happier. A bit more exciting.
That would. I think that's what he needs to do, right? Because what that was tearing his shit up, and basically he went back to it was almost Moyes' ball, right? It wasn't a low block, but we went back to a counter-attacking game. We sat deeper, we was more solid defensively, and we hit him on the fucking counter-attack. Didn't create loads of chances, to be honest. We won even with a better second half. We won with a lucky fucking VAR decision, but it was better. Lucky. It was definitely better. We saw it with someone like Somerville in the team. He'll thrive. But I think that's what he needs to do, because this complicated plan that he's trying to put into these players, they're not understanding it. And I made the point last night. If he's the one delivering the instructions to the players, the geezer, he can't communicate well in English. He can't. He needs a fucking interpreter at a press conference asking him what the fucking time is. He don't know.
Yeah. See, but when I watched that I actually watched it today. There's a part of me that, because the questions were shit anyway that he was getting asked.
I can't watch.
Sometimes I feel like he just uses that as a bit of an excuse, like what? Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, is he like Brad Pitt in Snatch? He's doing the gypsy. You're a dogs. He's doing that. I know speaking the English. I know speaking the English.
That one. That's what I think he's doing. Like, and he's just doing his own thing. Because he's fine with the English, I reckon. But I don't. He's not fine with the English. He can't fucking understand anyone. No, but that's what I'm saying to you. I think he is, but I think he plays on it that he don't. Like, why are you so shit? Why are you so boring to watch? What did he say?
Yeah. It could be. Yeah. I'll do that, to be fair. Right. Okay. So I'll tell you what we are going to tell you, everyone. Tomorrow, I know we've spoken about it before, but I'm going to jump on tomorrow with Micky on the watch along. So 3:00 kickoff against Nottingham Forest. It's not televised, so if you do want to watch it, we're going to jump on again before the game tomorrow just to show you the link. But I'm going to show you what this platform looks like now. 1 minute, hang on. Just very quickly. I'm not going to ponder on this.
That's a bit much, isn't it, son?
What's
a bit much.
What's that?
Have a look at that. When you're on the
what?
comment.
Hey, no, I'm just doing something.
You're passed up as Rolf Harris.
Who's that? I'm from.
I'm trying to find my glasses now. I'm going to stick them on to show you. I can't find them.
That's pretty good, to be fair, Mick. Yeah. So what you got here is you got the watch along. So it's a similar sort of platform. It'd be exactly what you used to. You got a chat on the right hand side. Over here you've got Fred. So what you can do in here is you can click on a comment and you can comment. You can reply directly to them and have your own thread off of it. Also, once it's live, there's another button up the top here, and you can literally request to come on screen and have a chat with us. So you can do that as well. There's a scoreboard on there as well, which we always forget to update. It's always everyone else that tells us you got to change the score.
Yeah, because the games have been fucking brain dead, so then you forget to do it.
Yeah, but I forget as well when I've done them. So we're going to jump on there tomorrow. So the platform it's called. Don't ask me why. It used to be called TIFO, right? When I signed up for it, now it's called Big Up, right? Big Up. It's called. So what you do is you go to www.bigup.com. You go to that. You sort out your. You just log in. It's free. It's completely free. It's like having a YouTube account. And you don't have to sign up to watch it. So you can just go to Big Up, go to Claret and Booze, and you can just watch a watch along, but you won't be able to participate in the chat. You have to have an account if you want to get involved in the chat. So, yeah, do us a favour. It's actually really good now. They've got a tactics board in there as well. So we're going to do a really in-depth tactical breakdown analysis as well tomorrow because we're very tactical, aren't we, Mick?
Yeah, very tactical. We've got the tactical board. I've got my glasses on now. Do I look like him? Little boys went and played with my toy.
Yeah, so Big Up is what it's going to be on. We're going to be doing all the shows on there, all the watch along shows on there as well. It is good. It's good for that. I mean, the reason we're not doing it on YouTube is because look, there's a million different YouTube channels doing watch alongs on YouTube. So we just wanted to do something a little bit different for them, to be honest. So give it a go. You'll like it. I promise you.
It is good. It's very interactive. You said it all there. You've got different. You pick up yourself. Big up yourself, but don't be put off by the name because it's a really good platform.
You can tell they're American, can't you?
Big up. That's what it's got. It's got a little sign of a little, spud meat.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I got a urban dad life.
Have you got naturally curly hair?
Yeah, I hated it. No, I'm 42-year-old man with a perm.
Look, are you Loppy out? Lou called it still. I thought you was being all positive now, Lou. You said you've seen the light and you're now going to be Loppy in. That's what you said. What's this one?
Steve Bell. Oh, I'm lesbian. Steve Bell. I'm a lesbian. No, I'm not going to even deny that. Who love me, the women. Steve Bell, good crack to watch along. Yeah, Steve loves a bit of the watch along.
Yeah, give it a go. Join us on there tomorrow. Something a little bit different.
Listen, I don't stop. To be fair to you, I don't stop talking. Even when it's boring game, we just talk a load of shit and we talk about. I talk about anything.
Which is handy because when I'm watching football, I don't really talk too much. All I do is I just explode every now and then with expletives.
Yeah, he goes on one where I'm more like, for fuck's sake, let's talk about raggy dolls, and then it's like that.
Yeah. That's the one, the Rolf Harris one. Right, okay. Now what we're going to do, it's now 30 minutes in. I'm going to see if I can sort my phone out, just so that people can phone in if you do want to have a chat, and we can talk about the Nottingham Forest game tomorrow and how you want us to set up. That's why we haven't spoken about the game tomorrow yet. So I think I'm still connected. 1 minute. Don't phone in yet because this fucking thing never works when I want it to.
Are you phoning me?
I'm going to give you a call quickly. Hang on.
I've got it here. It's always on silent. You know me, I never answer my phone.
Never. So rude, Mick.
You never answer my messages, so we never get in contact with each other.
That's it. Yeah, that is actually working. So Oh dear, that don't.
What's that?
It's having a stroke. Hang on.
No, that's just me under the table. You can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, is it? I'm gonna have to do it again. 1 minute. One second. I'm gonna phone you again. All right. Let's try again. Yeah, that's fine. Right.
Lovely stuff.
That's it. Now it's not doing anything funny. Right, now I'll put the number up. I'll tell you, I won't put the number up yet. If any regulars that want to phone in, now's the time to phone in if you want to. All right? I'll give it 10 minutes and then I'll put the number up. Phone in there. Oh, God, I'll just put it up now. Call in when there's a gap.
Yeah, just call in.
There shouldn't be too many callers anyway, because it's people normally want to phone up to have a moan after a game, don't they? So it'd be a bit different. You can talk to me about, what you think of Amorim. What you want to say tomorrow. No, they can phone up
and have a moan about pre-moan about tomorrow's game. Do you know what I mean?
Forecast it. You can forecast it. That's it.
I don't think it's not going to be an easy game. Forest are on it. They're like 5th in the league, aren't they?
Mate, they're good. They're like well good. Not like they're really good. They're solid defensively. That Milenkovic, who they signed for 12 million. 12 fucking million they signed him for.
That's pissed me off, that is, because I said in the Euros he looks fucking brilliant, and we could. There's another player we could put in.
Was he almost out of contract or something? He must have been, mustn't he? I suppose if he's gone that cheap. But
I don't
he's
know.
27.
I think he signed a contract, but he had a release clause on it, and he was just what a player. He's just really solid up there in the defence, like crazy.
He is, mate. He is. Right, let's make sure I've got. Oh, I'm taking it off. Do not disturb. Come on, someone phone in. Don't leave us hanging.
Yeah, that's it, Lou. We were supposed to get him. We was going to get him, but then Moyes pulled the plug on him to get Zuma instead, if you remember, because they were saying about it's all, if we don't get a player, it was always because of agent fees and that. That's their go-to line. So you can't guarantee that was true or not.
Here we go. Hello. Oh, he's got stage fright, whoever it is. Hang on. 1 minute.
Emma's Mikey, always the pessimist. 4-1 defeat this weekend. And another Moody West Ham penalty.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. There we are.
You're there.
Right, okay. I'm not going to phone that person back because they might have just changed their mind. So if you want to call back in, call back in. You can either phone up if you're overseas. Add that number to WhatsApp and you can call me on WhatsApp. All right, that works as well.
Yeah, there was someone in here from Miami. Says hello from Miami.
Yeah.
Welcome
so if you want to phone in from overseas, that's what you do.
Come on, Mike. Get cracking.
Yeah. What is he gonna call in?
I hope so. Come on, Mikey. Mike ain't spoke to you for ages. Just get on. Suchik going to be right at home.
Thing is, the usuals normally expect us on a Sunday night for this, don't they? So we'll let it run. We'll let it run for a little bit. Well,
we ain't done the phoning for ages, have we? Because your thing's not been working.
Shall I surprise Gary from Romford?
Gary here. No, he might be down in the Indian. He might be having a takeaway. He might be down there.
He'll still talk to me. Hang on 1 minute.
He will do, yeah. With poppadoms in his mouth.
Let's see if I can get through to him. Hang on.
Yeah, Chrissy James, if Summerfield don't start, they'll be up. Do you know what he was saying? Did you hear his thing, though? His press conference. He was saying he said like a team game and he didn't want to talk on individuals, but Summerfield should definitely be starting. He should do. How can you not start Summerfield? He should have started over Soler anyway. Do you know what? Saying that, I know like we didn't do the ratings and that yet. But when I see Soler, I got a bit happy on this one, right? So when I see Soler in the team, I thought, you know what I'm like with my bets? I'll go well over, no chance. But I thought I'll have him to score a goal outside the box. So I took more notice of Soler than most of the players. And he was fucking shocking. Off the ball, even off the ball, Soler's runs was terrible. Like, mate, really, really bad.
And he loves a yellow card as well, doesn't he?
Just loves a yellow card. If they're looking into Paquette, they've got to look into him. He fucking gets one every game.
100%, mate. 100%. I mean, what's your predictions for tomorrow then? Talking about the game, what do you reckon we're going to do tomorrow? What's your expectations?
I think it's going to be another boring game on not just our side, but I think on both the sides. But I think Forest, they look the part. especially at home, I'm gonna. if Somerville don't start tomorrow, I'm getting my hair cut like Mickey.
Who said that? That's
elbow 73 down the
bottom. That's funny.
You horrible bastards. No, yeah, I reckon it's going to be 2-1. I think 2-1 to them, not to us.
I can't see us winning. But having said that, do you know what? After that game the other day, with Man United in that first half, anything's possible, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But do you know what's shocking? Do you know what was really shocking about that? Man United ain't created chances like that all season. They haven't had
the least shots on target, or one of the teams. I think the second least shots on target.
They haven't ripped a team apart like that all season. It was fucking bad. I don't think Jota Silva's been doing too much for them now. I think he's more of an impact player. He's been coming on. He ain't been starting. He's been coming on as a sub. No, I mean Gibbs White could still be out, but they've got another player who they've bought, haven't they? What's his name? Hang on 1 minute.
Yeah, Emma's Mike. He said, "I'll phone in on Sunday after the Forest game." So now you're on it now, mate. You got to phone in Sunday.
Well, I'm gonna make this a regular feature anyway. We'll have a little slot after most of the shows where we can do call-ins. So just get people back into the swing of it, right? So because I've been a bit slack. Right, I've got one here from Black Country. Let's give Black Country a call. Right, 1 minute.
Oh, Chrissy James, are you saying what Man United striker you think we're gonna get?
What one? Who, Hoyland?
Don't know, Chris James. I reckon we will end up with Man United striker.
I can only think of one.
Unless he means
mate. Hello, mate. You all right? You all good? Yeah. Yeah, I'm good, mate. Right, hang on. I think I've got you muted.
Right. Can't hear you.
Right, can you give us a test now, Black Country, to make sure Mickey can hear you?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
Here we go. Perfect.
Yes.
Very
clear, just like your haircut, Mickey. Just like your
That's it, mate. Don't be jealous of me, Barney.
Who's put the fucking bowl on your head, mate?
It ain't. It's because I'm on eardrops. And then when I put my eardrops, it made my hair go curly.
Is it the eardrops? It's the eardrops that's made your hair go curly, is it?
Yeah, it's that. I put them in, and I'm on them for another 2 weeks, so it's going to get bigger and curlier.
Fucking hell, mate! Your ears are down by your fucking ankles, aren't they?
That's me tits.
So Black Country. Anyway, it's good to talk to you, mate. Now look, you've
been a long time, mate.
You've been a long time kind of. You've always been pretty straight about Sullivan. So I'm assuming you're not surprised with this news that broke about Amorim.
Oh, no way. I'm surprised. You know my feelings. You know my feelings about Sullivan. I remember when they first took over and had that press conference, didn't they?
Yeah.
When it was announced that they're taking the club over. And fucking hell, mate. And you know this. You know my feelings on this guy. And my heart just sunk. And I'm not surprised. Not shocked at all.
Mate,
all he does is he doesn't even kick the can down the road anymore, does he? Everything's a sideways.
Oh, it's just taking the piss. I mean, I've kind of
taking the piss. That's the understatement of the word of the fucking year with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got no vision at all. And what I can't really understand as well, I know there are investors and all these other people on the board who are all billionaires, most of them, apparently.
Well, Kretinsky certainly is. He's valued double, apparently.
Certainly, yeah. And there's another one, American, he's like an American banker. I can't remember his name.
Oh, it's not. Oh, I want to say Trump, but it ain't Trump. But it begins with
no.
I can't think of his name now. But yeah, I know you mean. He's a 10% shareholder on Trip Smith. Trip Smith.
Yeah. Trip Smith. That's the one. Yeah. And you think that have a bit, I know it's all about the percentage of being on the board and all that kind of stuff, but you think that have a bit more clout, especially with the financial power they got. So they all seem to be the same on that board to me. You know what I mean? I just think he needs to set up and fuck off.
Well, do you know what it is, though, Black Country? The way it's been structured, right? So obviously, what do you call it? He sold the shares to Kretinsky. Kretinsky's got quite a lot. He's got like 28%, and then Sullivan reduced his So he's only on around about 31 or something like that, I believe. But do you know he's still got power of veto? So because everything over $1 million has to go to a board vote. I know this because I spoke to fucking Wet Wipe, about 6 months ago. So everything over $1 million has to go to a board vote. It doesn't matter what it is. So it goes to a board vote. Now Sullivan, providing he gets his vote, it can go through. So he just needs the golds, and the golds are always historically they've always sided with him. So with the gold vote, he's got the majority, mate. He's got 50%. No one can stop him, right? So it's as simple as that. But you know what he's got? He's got a power of veto. So if the golds, Kretinsky and everyone else went against Sullivan, he can't force something through, but he can stop it. So if they say no, we're getting that manager or we're doing this, he'll go, well, no, you're not. It's not happening. So he's got ultimate power of veto on that board.
So what's the point? Really, what I don't understand is what's the point of having a director of football?
None.
Because if you're, I don't know, if I was in that position, you employ these people to do a job, don't you? You know what I mean? Yeah. You employ these people to do a job, and you think, all right, I've employed you to this, whatever, and you just sit back with all that kind of cash you got in the bank, and you think, right, but he just seems to put his ugly tongue in everything, in every little ugly little fucking pie, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, so why have you employed these fucking people? Just let them get on with the job, and let's see where the club potentially can progress. But he never does. And I knew this from fucking day one when he took over. I knew this was going to happen.
Black Country...
And then he sold our home. No, he sold our home from, I wouldn't say under your feet, because in that first press conference, he did come out clean about that. He got Gold, who was on about, he lived on Green Street and all that. He was brought up around the area. And then, bang, as soon as he mentioned, or he finished his spiel, as soon as that was finished, bang, he came in, Sullivan. Straight away, we're going for the Olympic Stadium. And we all know that's the only reason he fucking wanted the club.
Well, he tried to do it at Birmingham, didn't he? Tried to do a similar thing. He had a
similar plan.
Same thing.
Yeah, and the Birmingham Council trying to piss off.
He literally picked the template up that he had for Birmingham and brought it to West Ham. So it was the same what he wanted to do there.
So he's got exactly what he wanted to do. But going back to what Black Country said, what's the point in a director of football sort of thing? It's literally it's like a smoke screen. So he's done it to sort of appease the fans, if you like, to make it look like there's one. But technically, he's just doing still what he's wanted to do and still does what he wants to do.
I think you've got a good point now. I think that's always long been my suspicion. You know, Sullivan gets criticised for having his fingers, like you've said, having his fingers in deals and stuff like that. My fear is that he's half brought someone like Tim Starton in to hide behind.
Of course he has.
To hide behind him, so he can kind of, but there's that theory, and then there's another one, because what I can't work out, because this guy's got a real good reputation. He has, and he's still got a good reputation. Tim, fucking good. His body of work speaks for itself, so he can go somewhere else. It's not a problem. And anyone would forgive him for struggling with David Sullivan, because Sullivan's got a shit name in the whole of everywhere. Everyone knows what he's about.
Well, Nick, at the end of the day, the club's got a really bad reputation across Europe because of Sullivan.
Yeah, because of Sullivan.
Because that's what he's done.
Yeah.
He undermines, or he tries to undermine nearly every club. I don't know. If you really want a player, and just say, for example, it's 20 million, and you're going with fucking 10 million, and you're the owner of that club, and you're thinking, okay, we want 20 million, we ain't going to get 20 million, but we want something near.
Yeah.
So 17, 18, and this little dwarf, this little wank comes in, right, with a fucking 10 million offer, you're going to think, I'm going to do business with you.
Well, it's insulting, mate. He's insulting, like you just said.
It is insulting. Yeah, it is.
I mean, you heard how they kicked off when Arsenal lowballed us for Declan Rice, and that was only, do you know what? That was 10 million less off of £100 million deal. But what he'll do is, like you just said, he'll go 50% of a deal. So they'll want 20 million for someone. He'll go, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 10. That's a piss take.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's an absolute piss take.
And he's just doing the club no favours whatsoever. I just wish he'd still up and fuck off, to be honest with you. Excuse my French.
No, mate. I'm with you as well.
No, you're right.
Honest, mate, I've never trusted the bloke. Never once seen from day one. I wish he'd still up and fuck off. I really do.
Do you know what makes me sick?
He's got no interest in the club, as we all know, mate. He's got no interest in the club. All he wants to do, what I look at as well is, you look at the Newcastle fans when Mike Ashley was there. Yeah. Okay, he wasn't the best, Mike Ashley, but if he lent the club 100 million, he'd just take the 100 million back of his own. He wouldn't charge them extortionate fucking interest rates like this little fucking wanker's done to our club.
No, he's completely and utterly. When you look at it, what he's done it's a relatively short period of time that he's been here. When you consider what's happened in that time, he's completely fucked us over. And that one with Upton Park, I was saying to Mickey earlier on, I'll keep going, but I can't get over it because I've never been able to adapt to the London Stadium. So a season ticket for ages in at Upton Park, and then with my son's had him as well. And then the last season we transitioned over to the we carried him over. So we tried the Olympic Park. I've done it for 3 years. I hated every fucking second of it. It weren't getting any better for me, and it weren't just the football. It just didn't sit right with me, and I felt betrayed, and also I felt stupid as well because, do you know something? We're all culpable in that as well, and I blame myself because we shouldn't have bought that shit. Well, we should have dug our heels in, and we should have made sure that we stayed at Upton Park.
But we were sold that though, Nick. We were sold a dream, like massive dream, mate, like next level stuff, and we're like,
I know,
too big on it about it.
I know, but when you think about it now, you think, oh, come on, you've only got to look at the guy's history, I
can understand the next level, right? I could understand the next level if it had been a different owner.
Yeah.
Because I always look at the history, and obviously because I come from the Midlands way, I don't live up that way now, but obviously because of the accent, I come from up that way.
Yeah.
And the Birmingham City fans fucking hated him with a passion. And when he sold Birmingham City, I think it was about 60 million, something like that, to a dodgy, I don't know if it was a Japanese guy or something who got done for massive
Chinese bloke, wasn't it?
Tax evasion. Yeah. It was all before, that proper, what they call it when they do all the financial checks on you, but what they do now. It was all before that. And they knew what they was fucking doing, mate. You know what I mean? I think they bought the club for about £1 or $1 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then they sold it. I sold the 60 or 65 million. And he knew what he was fucking doing, mate. You know what I mean? When you go to fucking jail, right? And this is on the fucking internet, and I'm going to say it now, and I can say it, right? When you go to fucking jail for living off immoral earnings, it says a lot about your fucking character.
Yeah.
I haven't mentioned no names.
No.
You all know what I'm on about.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. I mean, he's yeah. I can't help but sort of think. Well, look, I think either way with Sullivan, I don't think we're going to have to wait too long because he's leaving one way or another. It will.
Hopefully,
it will happen.
Hopefully, mate. You know what I mean? Fingers crossed. Hopefully. And as far as getting a progressive manager or a coaching, it's never going to happen with him. Never. No. We had our chance in the summer. You know what I mean? And I think he totally fucked that up as well. I'm 99.9%.
Would you know what? I'll keep insisting, right? That because for me, 15-16, for me, was still my most enjoyable season in terms of quality of football.
The Payet season.
Nothing is compared to that, since we've been in this stadium.
Yeah.
Now, he had the opportunity there, moving to that stadium, he had the opportunity to go and build on that as well, to build on that squad. Rather than going out and diluting it with shit, he could have just gone out and bought 2 or 3 top players, in the mould of your Caduces and your fucking Paquetas and your players of that level. He could have gone out and bought a few more players like that to add to that team, and we could have pushed on. But whenever we've come to a point in time under Sullivan where you feel like you could push on, the cunt slams the fucking brakes on, doesn't he? And he takes us backwards.
It doesn't progress on, does it, mate? You know what I mean? We get to a certain level and nothing progresses on. It's not like, I don't know, 51, 52%, whatever, however you want to call it, right? And it never progresses on because of it. Like you just said, we get some really good players in, and then we just need that extra couple of players just to progress on, or a decent manager. Moyes, I hated the football what he did. We all hated the low block. Yeah. But he got us to a certain level. Yeah. Then we had that fucking chance, right, to say, okay, there's a bit of a golden handshake. Thanks for the cup. Thanks for that. Right? You can't progress us on anymore.
That was a time, wasn't it?
Well,
that was a time after the trophy.
That was a time to progress on. And he never fucking does it, mate. Everything's on the cheap. And I've just said to you, beginning of this conversation, that I used to call it kicking the can down the road. The wanker doesn't even kick the fucking can down the road anymore.
No.
And it's not even, I don't think it's a sidestep anymore. I think we're going fucking backwards.
But this to me, and this is going back to, and this ain't really, it's not a mad conspiracy. It was at the start, you know, me and my brother. Well, it was actually Gary that called it early on. He said he believed that Tim was brought in on the Kretinsky side to sort of manage the reinvestment of the Declan Rice money. So he did call that, you know, years ago. It was a conspiracy, but I've heard rumours and stuff since that could be true. And don't forget, you've got the likes of Kretinsky because Gold died. So there's all the issue with his shares. So his shares were kind of locked in probate. There's also there's a certain amount of shares that were held in trust or are held in trust for Scarlett as well that can't be sold yet. They'll be freed up soon. They'll be able to sell them, or Scarlett will be able to sell them. And also he's had this purchase of Royal Mail that he's had going through as well. So I find it strange that with what's happened that Tim has not walked. This is what I can't get my head around. I know he's on a good wedge, but with what Sullivan has quite clearly done to Tim, it's weird that he's still here, and it's weird that Tim can get away with firing back at him in the media as well, coming out and going, "No, I didn't fucking want Lopetegui, mate.
Yeah, I warned you over Lopetegui.
That was nothing to do with me." It's weird that he's still here. It's weird he ain't been sacked. It's weird he ain't walked. That's strange. So it does make me wonder whether there is some sense in that, and whether the fact that Kretinsky is there, he's more or less powerless, because while Sullivan, when things come down to a bald vote, as I said earlier on, you know, as long as he's got the golds on his side, Sullivan's going to get his own fucking way. He's basically, he's still got the majority. So maybe Kretinsky, who's now worth a cool 12.6 billion now. So I'm sorry.
Is that all?
Yeah. 40, was it 14? I heard it was 14. Or
even better. Even better. So I
think he's on a par with his missus now, and she's about worth 14 billion or something like that.
It's Keiko, mate. It's Keiko. Whereas Sullivan's he's only just a billionaire, and most of that's on fucking paper as well. Most of that is tied up in West Ham.
Assets, isn't it? That's
most of it's tied up in West Ham.
Flow, is it?
Most of it's tied up in West Ham. You know that Sullivan's value. So maybe, you don't know. I do find it a bit odd.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. You know what I mean? Fingers crossed.
But massively.
That's the one thing I want is him out.
But sooner rather than later, though, because do you know what? I've said it umpteen times now in the past few weeks. I don't know how much more. Like other fans that I've spoken to, you know, people like John Virgil, who's a very calm fan and everything else. I went away with him just recently to Benidorm, and for the first time ever, and he's had his season ticket for 25 years. For the first time I've ever heard him say it, you know, 8 games into a season, he went, "You know what? I just think I'm done. I don't think I'm gonna renew next year." He said, and he's not one of those fans. He's not a knee jerker. He's not a sulker. And then we make Mark, next to him, who's also, you know, a season ticket holder for the same period. He went probably the same for me. So what I'm saying is, the longer this stretches on, it's going to be very difficult for people that lose their love for West Ham to get it back. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it could be. I must admit, I didn't go to a game last season, and I haven't been to a game this season.
Yeah.
And I'll admit that. But if things change, then obviously I will go. I usually go with my son. My son's still a season ticket holder. He travels down there and comes back and whatever he does.
Yeah.
But after that lower block shit we all went through and everything, I thought, I'm not spending my money anymore.
No.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I'm about the ownership.
Yeah, no. And do you know what? And do you know what? There is a part of me as well, and I'd accept getting relegated if it got rid of him. I actually would. No. But if I get that.
For me. I don't want to get relegated.
No, I don't.
But I've had this discussion many a times, especially like with someone like Nigel and that. But for me, the Premier League is always.
I'd accept it.
No, I get it, but you obviously you don't want it, and I don't think I could accept it, because we're too good of a team on paper. Say what you want about it on paper and that, but we've got too good a team to let it just fizzle out and die like that. No, I can't. No,
because I'm not being funny, right? I kind of. I mean, look at the last 4 years in the Premier League. It's been thoroughly fucking miserable.
Yes,
it's been miserable.
Yes,
it's been shit.
Yes.
You know, the Premier League, like the VAR's coming, it's taken all the fucking fun out of it. And look, I'm not saying I want to get relegated. I'm not saying that. But
no, I know you're not. I know
you're going to be in the Premier League, you know, and if you're not going to at least try and compete and entertain and stuff like that, then I'm just some of my best seasons were when we was in the Championship. I'm not being funny. I really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed my time when we.
I've seen some good games in the Championship, to be fair, but it was quite a few years ago. But
where's football?
If it's at Upton Park, I wouldn't give. When I say I wouldn't give a shit if we went down.
Yeah.
But I won't be more concerned, if that makes sense. But because we've got this white elephant, as I call it, it'll be like a fucking ghost town, mate. You'll have your all supporters and all that, but it'd be like a fucking ghost town in that stadium.
But also for me, it's more like a social thing as well. Look, when you're at work and you're around other people, being in the Premier League, like that is anyone else who's got like I used to work with like Leeds fans and that. When they go in the Championship, they're not really a part of that clique. If you get what I'm saying to you, it's very social being in the Premier League. Even if like, after time we're saying that shit was West Ham, I definitely still would want to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean we've never been at the top flight for long though. We've never been at the top flight for long. But no, I'm sure it won't. I'm sure it'll never get there anyway. Like I say, I do think. Look, we've come too far now. We'll say that we're not the type of team. We're not going. It's like this year. We can carry on being as shit as we are. We'll be nowhere near getting relegated.
No, we won't.
we
won't.
You know, you look at Southampton. They're on a point.
Nick, I'll never say that, mate. I'll never say that. Remember that old saying, too good to go down.
Well, we've been there before.
42 points. Yeah.
But I wouldn't even say we're too good to go down. I just think that other teams are more shit.
Still the highest record.
What's that, mate?
Is that still the highest record?
That's still the highest record.
Number of points.
That was a freak. That was a fucking good team that got relegated there as well.
Yeah, because the season after,
ultimately it's fucking Big Sam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The season after, if you finished on 42 points,
we kept winning, and we went down by a point, didn't we? Was it 2 points or 1 point? Something like that.
I think it was 1 point in the end, wasn't it? I'm sure.
I'm sure it was. And that was against the fucking Brummies, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Them wankers who took down the noses.
It was.
You know?
Here we go.
The following season of that, if you got 42 points the next season, I think that put you up in 8th position. It was mental.
Yeah. Scott says here, evening guys, quick question. Do you think Sullivan wanted to keep Moyes on the quiet? Otherwise, why would you go and get another boring, pragmatic manager who plays players out of position? For me personally, mate, I don't think he just looks that deeply into it. I don't think he puts that much value in managers. I think when you go and buy a player, he almost looks at them as like assets that he'll be able to sell. I just think he sees managers as dead money.
Well, no, but also
he wants to spend anything on them.
Sullivan come out and said that Lopetegui interviewed really well, and this is where it goes back to my point about he's got a type. But this is where it goes back to my point that he's got a type of manager. So if he's spilling the same sort of style that of the Moyes and Pellegrini sort of thing, he's going to go, yeah, this is manager for me, and that's what he's done.
No, mate. Honestly, do you know what it was?
No.
It was having a manager who's because I reckon he does his research on Wikipedia. He's gone on Wikipedia. He's managed Spain. He's managed Real Madrid, and he'll come to us for $3 million a year. Oh yeah, we'll take him. He must be good. I think that's what he's done.
He's never brought anybody to his football history. Right, Sullivan, he's never bought anybody out the contract, was he? Manager or coach? No. I don't think he has. No, he hasn't. He's never brought anybody. Yeah, so that's word again, progression. He will never do it. He will never buy a fucking manager or a coach.
Do you know
compensation for him?
Do you know what the biggest kind of marker is for his failure with managers? He's never had one that's been a success. And what I mean is they always leave under a cloud. We've never had a manager that's been poached from us because he's been so good and we've been so brilliant and he's He's evolved under us. No, because that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Imagine if you got a manager for 2 years. You know, that would mean we've had 2 great seasons, and then the big club swoop in and they take him away, and then you go again, like what Brighton do. He ain't had one success story, not one.
Well, even his most successful manager, Moyes, he still have a job now. So what's that tell you?
Well, but he kept it, like as Black Country said, it would have gone down as a success if he'd have let him go at that point.
I agree, but he's still the most successful manager, regardless how it finished. That's Sullivan's most successful manager ever.
Yeah, I know.
He got lucky. He got lucky with fucking COVID, mate. That's what I think it was.
That saved him. It was Ricky. When I had Ricky on the show, he made that.
I know a lot of fans don't like me saying this player's name, but he got lucky also. This was COVID time. Excuse me. With what was that wanker's name now for Manchester United? Come on, guys.
Which one?
My memory's not as good.
It's a lot of them.
From the other loan.
Oh, Lingard.
The other loan.
Lingard.
Yeah, he got lucky with him. Yeah, he hit the ground running.
Mate. Nobody could have known that Lingard was going to come in and turn into Lionel Messi for a game.
Lingard didn't even know that. He'd never played like that before in his life.
I know.
Nah.
That was the best period of his career.
He got lucky.
Well, he tried it again with Calvin Phillips. Look how that turned out.
Oh, fucking hell. I thought, and I must admit, I've come on your programme about that when you signed him on loan that season. And I did say on your show, I said I thought that'd be a good signing.
Yeah.
You know, my judgment's not very good, is it? You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter.
I must admit, nobody could have forecasted how bad he was going to be, though. He was
bad. He had a nightmare.
He was bad. He was bad, mate. You know what I mean? I should get on Sunday morning, you know, when I come out the pub at about 2 o'clock in the morning, beer bellies, and you know, I'm sick fucking better. You know, you ain't got a clue.
His
cohesion was absolutely shocking.
I know, mate.
Shocking, it really was, but that's West Ham, isn't it?
It is, mate. It is, mate. Right, well, look, Black Country. Before you go,
it's been a long time.
It has been a long time, but before you go, I'm going to move away from Sullivan just very, very quickly. Give me your thoughts on the game tomorrow and give me a prediction for the game before you go.
I think it's going to be a loss, mate, because it seems to me, I'll call him Loopy, not Loppy, Loopy, because
he is fucking Loopy.
We seem to have a game of 2 halves. So the first half is pretty decent, pretty okay. Second half is shit.
Yeah.
Or it's vice versa. And Forest, like you've said on the show tonight, they're playing well. And they're 5th in the league.
Yeah.
So you're not 5th in the league, but you're playing shit, are you? You know what I mean?
They are. They're defensively solid, and they're really quick on the break as well. Really quick.
So I think we're going to lose about 3, mate. To be honest.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be negative, but
it's where we're at the moment.
Do you know what? Yeah. I kind of feel like it's almost healthy with West Ham at the moment to set your expectations low. Set your expectations low, and then maybe we'll get a surprise. You don't know. Maybe we'll get a surprise.
I don't know. We don't know. Because I don't think he knows his best 11 anyway, like most of the fans have been saying.
Which is a disgrace, mate. He's been there 5 months, mate. He's been there 5 months. How can he not know his best 11? It's mad.
But I will say one thing for him, Nick, and okay, it's not much of a positive, but he's not trying to fucking change things, is he?
What,
you know what I mean? He ain't like what we had previously.
No. See. Whereas, but having said that, right, David Moyes would make a decision at the start of a game and then just not change it until like the last 10 minutes, which drove me mad. But David Moyes never set us up as fucking bad as what this blokes did. Like against Man United. I mean, I think at half time he didn't have no choice but to change that, did he? He had no choice.
No choice. No choice whatsoever. Honestly, we should have been battered in there.
Oh, mate, massively. So,
and there's been quite a few games like it this season where we should have been battered. And he has got away with it. We've been lucky. We've been a bit lucky.
Yeah, and I don't want to moan about the subs because I used to moan about Moyes not making them. But we've gone from one extreme to the other, right? This bloke has made more subs than any other manager in the Premier League. He's maxed out on every game. 5 subs every game he's done.
I know. You just can't make it up, can you? You can't write it.
I know.
I'm thinking 3 tomorrow, mate. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't score. But anyway, Black Country, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, mate. Thanks for phoning in.
Yeah.
Saving the show. You saved the show. Well done.
I don't think so.
Cheers, Black Country.
Guys. I'll see you later.
Top man.
All right, kid.
Cheers, mate.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do another 10, 15 minutes. First come, first serve. If you want to phone in, phone now. I saw, you know, Louis said he wanted to phone in. Whoever wants to phone in, phone in. It don't matter. Go on.
Phone in 10 minutes and I'll go and have me dinner. Me cheese sandwich.
Yeah, oh, fucking
oh, of course I ain't. I've got to get dinner. I net nothing.
Right. Let's get him.
Although that video you sent me earlier on put me up with dinner.
Oh, shit. Hang on 1 second. Here we go. Oh, hang on, mate. 1 minute. You're not on me ting-a-ling. Louis, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. How you two doing?
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good.
Yeah, of course you, mate.
Wasn't that a good call from Black Country?
That was brilliant call.
That's quality.
Just something he said though, like this is going to probably upset everyone. It's about the stadium. I'll be honest, I was for the move because I didn't want to be little old West Ham anymore. And it drove me mad. But with that move, when I had a season ticket over there, it was a joke, you know, because I was the bottom row of the Trevor Brooking higher stand, right, top tier. And that's when you could see the scaffolding and it looked like a fucking building site. It looked so Mickey Mouse, it was a joke. But what they should have done, because I was going with my old man and they had all, you know, all the tourist fans there.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't even know who's fucking playing. Now, what they should have done, like where I went to school in Leytonstone, right, you was either West Ham or Tottenham. Whoever was West Ham or Tottenham, more than likely come from a stable home because their dad's got them into football, so we're both shit then. Yeah. Now, you think of all the single-parent families who ain't got father figures there. They go support Man United, probably now Man City, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Now, what they should have done is gone to Tower Hamlets, Waltham Forest, Newham, Hackney, all them boroughs, and done a thing where the school kids get a free game.
Try and get next generation. Try and get next generation through the doors.
Absolutely. Of course, it's not like they're making enough of Sky, isn't it?
Yeah, but do you know what though, Lou? I think the problem here is this is if you've got an owner that's making a transition to a stadium where he's actually thinking about the future. He's not. He just wanted to just fill that stadium as quickly as possible. I don't think he was still expecting to be here. I know they had that embarrassment clause, which was, what was it, 4 years or something like that, that they had to keep it before they could sell it, or they
about making the money.
10 years.
Yeah. But it's
10 years,
But honestly, I just don't think the guy ever looks past the end of his nose. I think it's all about now, and he just because even that transition, that's another reason why the fucking atmosphere was so shit in Upton Park. Because if they'd have transferred people from Upton Park and almost try to keep the dynamic of people. So, because you build relationships when you go to football, you're used to sitting around the same people. If they was to try and, as well as they could, to keep people together as part of that transition, that would have fucking helped as well. You know?
It did, yeah, because when I first started going over there, it did. So you didn't know if you could swear because there was a little kid next to you or an old person. But now, if you see, behind the goal is a bit more lively now in the corners.
Yeah.
Like the corners, but don't get me wrong, I knew they was going to make the pound note out of it, but I thought with any sense, especially when he stumbled on Moyes, we had them 3 years in Europe, you sell now. You got lucky, you sell now, you make a nice fucking drink and let the club progress. But now I'm watching it, not like I'm obviously lucky out, but I feel like I'm a kid again where I just want to win because I'm not expecting to get into Europe. Or win the trophy. I just want a 3 points, something to talk about, and that's fucking sad, really.
Louis, at the moment, you're at a position where you just want the win without rather than the entertainment, because
not so much that, but I just want to win games of football.
You want something. You want something in return. Yeah.
I'll be honest, right? I was sitting there. And I wanted him out, and I remember Ipswich, and this is so bad, right? You can all slate me off. When it went 1-0, I was thinking, fucking, if Ipswich go and score 2 here, he'd be gone, right? And we get a new manager. But now, who are they going to... He's not going to get anyone decent.
I'll level with you. The first time I felt like that, I had a couple of moments like that with Moyes, and that's the first time I've ever... And that's when you know it's bad, right?
Yeah,
because I did have a couple of moments like that with Moyes where I was thinking, do you know what, I would take a loss to get rid of him. Now it's a good situation. The only time I felt like that with Lopetegui, was at half-time against Man United.
I was going to say, but that's the thing.
I was so fucking angry with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the same thing.
I was like, I want this cunt out now.
In the first half, we're that bad, but you're sort of thinking, well, it doesn't matter we're that bad because at the end of the day, Lope's going to get sacked. You should not be thinking like that as a fan, but you can't help it when he's that fucking dross.
No, why I was thinking like that, because I was thinking of the greater good. Like, let's even say Man United put them 4 chances away, right? Then he gets the bullet, right? And then now, even though we're 3 points up now because we beat Man United, but I can see Lope. I've got a funny feeling we're going to beat Forest just off this. You know, when a small team, I know I should call them small, they won 2 European Cups.
Yeah.
Do you know when a small team's overperforming?
Yeah.
And then, like, they presume they're going to beat underperforming West Ham. That's when them teams sort of fuck up. And then the team who you don't expect it to win. It's happened to us fucking many a times, West Ham. Look at the last year you was talking about Upton Park when we had Swansea at home and we were explicitly cemented fourth. Remember Swansea at home? We got done 3-1 or 2-1?
Yeah.
But we beat Man United. Yeah, you know them sort of games. So I've got this feeling we're going to go there and win just off that. Not because I'm confident in Lope, but honestly, like I've just come to the conclusion, if he goes, I know I said it yesterday, I just want Keane and Noble, steady the ship for a year, bring a couple of kids in, and then I can suffer a mid-table finish.
I'll tell you what, how about that, Mick? There's another, all the Italians are coming out again. Mick Nadini, he sounds like he's got an Italian surname. Get me Di Canio just for the entertainment. Do you know what? I would, for the remainder of this season, like, do you know, I think he would light that stadium up. Di Canio would light that you would want to be there every fucking home game.
Giving it
up. He'd fucking light it up. It'd be the biggest star there. It'd be bigger than any star in the team. Di Canio would be.
I'm going to tell you why they've never had Di Canio, because of his fascist salute for that. That door's shut. Right, but fucking but I think Noble would have that as well. Even if he was the assistant with Kevin Keane, even in the changing room, the voice he'd be. Right, because I think when Noble retired, I didn't think Rice was a great fucking captain, not as good as Noble.
Well, no, he suffered when Noble stepped away, didn't he? You know, he did. So no, it's...
and sorry, I look at Noble. I'm rating him as good as Booking, but you know when we used to do it to Booking all the time, and Booking probably did. Like my dad said, Booking never going to take the job full time. He's already got legend status.
Yeah.
Right. He's on a road to nowhere. Right. But he's never going to say no.
No.
Because that's his club. And I think Noble won't say no. If you pull it on him, he won't say no.
Look. I think it'd have to be more of a desperation thing for Noble. Unless he's got half an eye on becoming a manager, and he just wanted to feel his way in, which would be intelligent if you're asking me. I think for somebody like Noble, if he's got I think one thing I didn't think of, right, and that is, what if there is a plan for Noble? What if that's the reason why he does want to get involved in the academy? What if he almost wants to do a Southgate? You know, where Southgate was part of the England under-21s and then he brought that next generation through. What if there is a little bit of a thing like that in Noble's head where, you know, he's working with a lot of these players at the moment, and like you've mentioned Kevin Keane as well, because you'd like to think that if he did come in, Noble wouldn't give a fuck. He's a brazen. He won't be worried about egos or anything like that. If someone's,
he wouldn't give 2 shits.
If someone's not pulling their fucking weight, he'll have them out. Do you know what I mean?
And the thing is, let's be real. As all West Ham fans, if Mark Noble at the end of this year and the next season, but you saw a more exciting brand of football, players played in their right position, and we're slowly getting better, say like 12th to 10th. We'd all happily keep it going.
We
wouldn't be screaming for him to come out. Look, it's just under Lope. What is he doing?
Oh, mate, this is the worry, right? Look, with Lopetegui, we said it last night. What he's trying to implement is never going to work, right? It's not. But he is. But he all he's got to do. I don't think there's any shame. I think there's strength in that. I think there's strength in a manager sort of going right. Look. I've assessed these players now. What I've tried to do, I can't fucking do it with them. We've got to do it a different way. He's got to rip it up. He's got to start again and keep it fucking simple. Just keep it simple. We've got so much talent in that team, and I think we could fly towards the end of the season with Lopetegui. But I'm so convinced that the geezer is locked in to this.
His ego won't let him. His ego won't let him.
Yeah,
it won't let him.
Yeah.
Like good managers do that. It's like I watched something about Ferguson, right? He got done by Barcelona, and he thought, "Cool, I want to pass the ball around like that." Then he got Spanish coaching, right? Then he learned to adapt his game. That's why he lasted that long. Do you know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah, but Loppy done the same thing, though. Lou, Loppy done the same thing with Moyes. He's looked at him and thought, "I want to play like Moyes." So then he's got Moyes coaches in.
Yeah.
I'll be honest here. Moyes would have more. I detest Moyes. I wanted him gone, but Moyes would have more points right now.
But do you know what? This goes back to that "be careful what you wish for" thing, right? Now look, at the end
no one wished for this fucker, though. No one wished for Loppy.
No. But this is the thing. There is nothing. The fact all this proves. You know, David Moyes. He was a right manager at the right time. He ran his course. Black Country was right. You know, the right time for him to go would have been after that final. And then, do you know what? We'd have ignored the Premier League season. He would have gone a success, but no, he kept him too long. So he's left a bit of a dud in the end. He's left because he failed. And has he want to come on? Has he want to come on a little man?
Oh,
I'm already here.
Say rah.
God. Rah. Yeah.
Rah.
But
actually, I'll tell you what, I'll let you crack on because it ain't gonna work. Yeah, Daddy likes it.
Mate, you ain't let him finish all them fucking sweets off, have you?
No, I had half of them yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Come on, son, in here. Go on, I'll let you go. Go on.
Cheers for the call, Lou. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, mate. But listen, just before I go, two things, yeah. One, the two idiots, Louis and Sam, they're doing their show after the watch along. So look out for them after. Come and see the watch along, then go on to them, and it's a good show, so watch them. And secondly, it was Happy Amoret's 25th birthday yesterday.
21st, mate. 21st.
No, 25th. I said 21st early. She won't have it.
Right, okay,
the 25th. Okay. So happy birthday, Happy Amoret.
Happy birthday. Also, there's one more thing I want to say as well. Before we go, he's not actually in the chat, but I hope he watches it back. Our very own Paul Riley, who's on the terraces, and I've known him since I actually watched he came over from Ireland, and he joined us in the Black Lion for the Conference League final, and he watched that with sort of myself, my brother, my nephew, with Nigel Khan, and we was with each other all night long. Paul Riley, it was about a week ago now, I believe it was, but he's completed his first ever marathon. It was in Dublin. He absolutely smashed it. So well done, Paul. Proud of you, mate. Well done.
Nice one, Paul. Good one, mate.
Well done. But yeah, no. So yeah, and as Mickey was saying, on the Claret and Booze Extra Time channel, they're on after the game. Obviously, I am as well. So watch them after me, though. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm
after you, no one's seen you to come and see you. You're fucking everywhere lately.
Event, just watch them second. Do you know what I mean? But no, it's good. Thank you all for joining us on a Friday night. Anyway,
thanks, people.
And we will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget, if you want to watch us on the watch along, bigup.com.
Which course you do.
www.bigup.com. Go and sign up, free account. You see me and Mickey. I won't be saying much. I'll just be having tantrums. Mickey will be talking bollocks about raggy dolls and stuff.
Like you and me.
Yeah. Well done, Nicky. Nicky won.
See you later, people.
Lovely. And Steve Bell, member for 14 months. You legend.
Woo-hoo! Good, son.
See you later. And I am going to play this again. I know this pisses a few people off, but I got a comment on my video yesterday saying, you know what, that song, that Jimmy Somerville song, I couldn't like it. In fact, I almost unsubscribed, Well, this is for you. See you later. Coward Unites. When you score, you make the West Ham sings. Jimmy on the wing. Jimmy, Jimmy on the wing. Every time you're on the ball, we know it's gonna be a goal. Your real name is Crescencio. La da da da, la da 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 dum. La da 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 dum. La da 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 dum. La da da da. Welcome to Claret and Booze. I hope you enjoy the show. Come on, you irons.